room before we go out?
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Our MMA card all night brought to you by Modelo. Root for those with a fighting spirit, and now the mark of a fighter. That's their new slogan.
They're good at those fight-related slogans.
Yeah.
They're 2 for 2.
Root for those with a fighting spirit is good.
That's great.
It's long, but it's good. I see why they changed.
They went shorter. It's still good, but they had to go shorter.
All right, Ali Arsamakov versus Mark Foster. Both these guys, very talented young prospects from solid teams, but that Carolina Combat Sports team is so deep.
Arsamakov probing with the jab and throwing some lazy front kicks up the middle, not committing to any strikes yet.
Yeah.
Looks like he's trying to dial in that range against a more frenetic and dynamic Mark Foster. Good push kick from Arsamakov.
I was actually visiting CCS a couple of weeks ago, and I got to sit in on an MMA class and watch some of these guys move around. And watching Ali spar, he's just so in and out. He's so darty.
Yeah.
Right
hand from Foster drops him off the caught kick, and he's swarming, pouring it on. Ali Arsamakov is in a lot of trouble, shoots in desperation.
Arsamakov has him up against the fence right here, and
he's got his hands linked.
But Foster is making the connection with the overhook. Instead of trying to go with the underhook on both sides, he's going with a strong under across the body, diagonal control. That's very strong, and it's going to get the hands above the butt, and now Mark Foster's out. Very, very nice escape there by Mark Foster. He had Ali hurt. Ali did a good job to hold on there and hard.
That high kick got through. The hand was in the way, but some of that kick got through. Arsamakov marching forward, not showing, but he's blinking. I can see him blinking, and hard punches in those middle of those exchanges land. Mark Foster cracked Arsamakov again.
Yeah, he has landed 2 really solid shots, and both of them have changed the fight. I was saying that Ali is very relaxed in the sparring. He's a little too relaxed now in the actual fight itself.
Right, he's taking some pretty hard shots because he's willing to stand and trade. And the shots are well timed, but Foster's defense is so good. And he's always making sure to circle Arsamakov back to the cage on his breaks.
That Moreno BJJ corner is calling Mark Foster forward, and Mark Foster is walking forward, throwing bounds.
Big knees, big hard knees.
And that's coming up behind an underhook too.
Some quick little cat paw dirty boxing in the clinch from Arsamakov, and then Foster back in with heavy pressure, using his chest, head, and shoulders to pressure Arsamakov into the fence and finish up with a hard knee to the body.
45 seconds in a round that feels like it has been longer than Toy Story 2.
They clacked heads. Oh, a blind right hand, a blind fire right hand over the top from Arsamakov finds Foster's chin.
And they are really putting it on each other now. Arsamakov absolutely needed that shot. He needs a few more.
Big body kick from Foster.
Man, Foster's huge, and his arms are so long.
These two are very evenly matched.
That cross is brutal from Foster. It's quick and deadly.
Arsamakov trying to go back now offensively using the takedown.
I like the switch. He has had 0 success with the double leg, and he's switching now to a single leg with 10 seconds to go. He should probably rest. It looks like he's going to break and swing. What a round!
And a good right hook off the break from Arsamakov. Arsamakov is doing well in the clinch, even when he's losing the clinch. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but he's doing about as good a job as you can do of striking out of the clinch, even when he's not in the greatest of position. He'll be in a full tie plum. Striking out of it is not always advisable. There's that hard right hand from Foster.
Yeah, but there was just no offense from Foster with that clinch. He was trying to use that clinch to stifle the action.
Yes.
That's when you can fight back.
Yes, and Arsamakov was actually able to do damage. It's not impossible to do damage from the...
We saw that earlier with Adrian.
Yes, it's not impossible to do damage when you're behind in the clinch, but it's difficult, and Arsamakov was able to use those punches, that dirty, creative striking in the clinch to hurt Foster, even though Foster had the superior clinch position. Both men should feel like they need to make an adjustment at this point, because even whoever won that round, it didn't go great for them. Back out to the middle, and Arsamakov still coming forward.
Arsamakov looks like he's done a good job of clearing the cobwebs. He's snappy, and the question is, how much did Foster use?
He's waiting for Foster to make a mistake in the striking.
Well, Ali did have a lot of success with his counter-striking in that first debut match he had in
Oh, caught him with a left hook and an uppercut in the middle of an exchange, and now comes forward, dipping after a leaping left hook.
He hit Foster hard there.
Yeah, Foster's in trouble. He's breathing hard. He's got his mouth open, and he's holding on. As you said, it looks more like trying to stop the action rather than take advantage.
Right above CCS, right above where this cage wall is, there's a giant message. It says, if you quit now, you will quit in the fight. And I feel like every single member of CCS, it is so hard to get them tired. It is so hard to get them quit.
Front snap kick up the middle, finds the chin, perfectly balanced. Oh, flurry from Arsamakov. Foster is all kinds of banged up now.
Arsamakov is putting it on. He has found his range and his timing, and Mark Foster has run out of coal.
He's desperately reaching. He's telegraphing these strikes and burning a lot of energy.
He needs a big shot. He needs a big shot again, and that seems to be his only way in this fight. But he's got very good clinch grappling. He's got very good cage grappling. This is the avenue he should maybe be pursuing to find a little bit more success in this fight.
There's a big hard left knee and a big right knee.
They're right here in front of us now.
But a hard right knee, that hurt.
That one was bad. I saw Ali's eyes get super wide when that one landed. But how much did that take out of Foster? Because Foster's now haggard, and he's
mouth wide
stepping wide back, and this is a brawl. Both guys throwing leather. Both guys a little tired, but definitely Arsamakov, the fresher man.
He looks sharp. He looks technical still. Nonplussed. Mark Foster is
that was a big shot by Foster.
2 consecutive right hands and then an uppercut.
Foster's alive, baby. He's back in it.
He's too tired to finish him.
Yeah, that is true.
He's too tired to finish him on the cage there. He knows it's going to take too much energy.
Zig knows it. Zig and Shamik and the guys at Carolina Combat Sports are saying he's done. Go forward.
Yes.
And you see the arms are even low. Oh, and there's a far side knee tap attempt there, but now it's Foster on the front headlock.
I believe that this was a mistake. He was
30
winning the
seconds is a long
striking.
time to have a guy like Foster on your back. So far, Ali's doing a good job of breaking the chest and back connection. Now you see Foster trying to regain here. He doesn't need hooks. He just needs chest and back connection. The hooks will come later. And you notice these guys are not going to rush the finish. They're not even in a hurry to get the choke.
They're very disciplined. Both teams obviously very disciplined in the way they approach the cage wrestling. That's one of the things that is most high level about Fight For It. Is the cage wrestling here is next level.
Oh!
Arsamakov does not rest. He makes his move. Right and a left and a right and a left.
Short time in this round. Arsamakov turns back around and throws a couple there. Man, that was an electrifying round. You thought the first round was good. That one was even better.
Arsamakov is not giving up on any of these exchanges. No matter how poorly it goes for him, as soon as he gets an opportunity to go, he takes it. Whereas a lot of fighters, after they get hurt, after they get rocked, or after their takedown doesn't go their way, they will sort of give up or sort of reset or sort of like look for, okay, let me just chill a second. But Arsamakov gets right back on the gas even when the exchange doesn't go his way.
And that's one of the most cerebral minds in the game right there, Coach Tom Ziegler, and he has a task ahead of him tonight between the fights that are still on his plate and, of course, that major main event still to come with Paris Artis and Jonathan Martin, his student, and he looks fired up in the corner. He knows Ali may very well need this round to win this fight. 2 very close rounds, and I think, both guys have to fight hard here. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, they're probably a round apiece.
It could very well be 2
hard right hand from Foster. We know that he still has those hard right hands that hurt, and he's still throwing them straight.
This is the freshest he's going to be for the rest of the fight.
1-1-2 finds its way home. Arsamakov nods in acknowledgement and then paws out a jab. And then again eats that hard right hand after attempting a rear leg kick.
Same shot as the first round that hurts Arsamakov so bad.
Exact same scenario. But again, Arsamakov does not betray any of that. Ooh, tagged him with a laser-accurate right hand, and then tries to corral him with the left hook, but Foster escapes.
And that was the masterful timing and the range, right at the edge of the range.
Foster came up just short with that right hand. Arsamakov bounces in front of him and goes back to work. And now feigning the front leg and pushing his way into the clinch.
Beautiful first step from Arsamakov, but what a reversal into a single leg now with the Mason tilt. It is Foster on the back, and he is breaking Arsamakov down. This is the kind of jiu-jitsu you got to do when you're tired right here. You got to make him carry every ounce. And Moreno BJJ is doing a great job. They have Arsamakov in this splay squat, and now the hooks are in deep. Foster is in cruise control, or he should be. This should be a very well-practiced, well-drilled scenario for him.
It's about as locked up as you can get it.
This is about the most ideal situation you can have from a BJJ school.
He has his head real low behind Arsamakov's, hooks in, and Arsamakov will have to give a mount to escape this position.
Arsamakov's going to have to either give up handcuff or mount. And now it looks like he's under the chin. Foster's under the chin.
But he's lost the hooks.
Oh, and he's boat ramped off by Arsamakov. Arsamakov's up, but he's really gassed. Both guys should be by now.
But Arsamakov is not going to quit. Arsamakov is not going to quit. That's been the story of this fight. It doesn't matter how poorly an exchange goes. Arsamakov is going to get back in it right on the gas.
If you quit now, you will quit in the fight.
He needs to go back to those punches. He's not having success trying to knee from bad clinch position, but he was having success with punches from the bad clinch position. Foster loading up. Arsamakov letting the hands go. And a hard knee from Foster as Arsamakov pushes him against the fence again.
Arsamakov's got strong connection here, but I love the defense from Foster. Every time Foster has been put on the fence, he has not allowed his base to be compromised at all. And this is the hardest corner in the state to do that against.
Yeah, and Arsamakov did a great job in the second round of using the takedown attempts more as like a way to enter safely. Like it was an insurance policy if his striking didn't go well. And now he's pushing him over, rights and lefts, and again pushing his head into the chest of Foster and boxing him.
Arsamakov's doing a good job of leading with the head. He's winning these positions with his head position. There it is, just like that. The head position allowed him to cut that angle. Man, what a fight. Very, very close fight. Very high energy pace. Wrestling, grappling, striking, all on display. What a fight. Front to back, forward to center, every which way to Sunday. That was just great MMA.
And if you were to ask me right now, what do you think? I'd be like, I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Not one clue.
Yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't, if you forced me to, if you said I had to pick right now, I could not. I have no idea.
I think the last round is the hardest to judge.
It depends on, the question is always, what are the judges looking at and what are they looking for? How much do they value control time on the ground with no damage? How much do they value submission attempts? How much do they value striking?
And what is the priority in which they put those? Because sometimes there's fights where the things they want is not happening.
I have been doing this a little bit, and I've never figured that out.
Yeah.
I've had the men and women who judge these things explain it to me verbatim, clearly, in private conversations, and I still couldn't tell you exactly what the criteria is. It seems so subjective.
I also think it's one of those things where it's like I'll watch the fight from here and feel a way about it, and then I'll watch it from here later.
Absolutely.
Feel a different way. I mean, it's a tough job to do 100% consistently, but it would help if the criteria was a little bit less space.
Yeah, so I haven't a clue which one of these men won that fight. I think both of them could make a case.
Seems our judges were having a similar...
All right, fighters to the middle of the cage. And our judges have a unanimous decision. Going to the red corner, Mark Foster.
Mark Foster and Moreno BJJ gets the job done. I think in the last round, the thing that made the difference for me was the wrestling defense. Arsamakov was clearly trying to put on a grappling-based performance or a grappling-based, kind of offense in the last round, and Foster just was not